Welcome to My Parents Lied to Me, the podcast about navigating aging, loss, and all the midlife changes no one warned us about. I'm Nicole Porter, here with real stories and expert advice to help you face what's now and what's next. Hello, I am Nicole Porter, and welcome to My Parents Lied to Me, the podcast about aging and all the things our parents did not warn us about. I have a new friend today. Cyndi Searles is here with me. We just recently met, and I just heard a little bit of her story, so I'm going to make her tell everything about herself today. But what really caught my ear was she talked about health and preventing disease by understanding what you eat and how you can prevent and take proactive action. And that's a big part of your Parent Porter's mission is to help people be proactive in aging and staying independent and living a long, healthy life. So, Cyndi, welcome. I'm going to just let you take it away because I know that you're kind of in transition mode. You're a nurse, you're starting some coaching, you're doing some things. Just kind of like tell the audience like who you are, what you're up to, and why you're doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you, Nicole. And I love the name of the podcast. I hadn't heard that before. That's great.
It's funny because everyone's like, what do you mean? Your parents did not lie to you. And I was like, well, they didn't tell me everything, which is almost like lying.
Yeah,
and
exactly. And it catches, it's great. It's great. Oh.
You can pull it back up.
All right. So my name is Cyndi Searles. I've worked as a nurse for 13 plus years, a lot of different fields, and seen a lot of sickness and disease.
I'm sure.
And it truly breaks my heart. I'm getting so tired of treating it after the fact. Mm-hmm. And our healthcare system is what it is, and we treat symptoms a lot of times with pills.
Right. How long have you been a nurse?
Over 13 years.
13 years.
Since
okay, so you've seen it like before COVID. I know that COVID was a big game changer for a lot of people in the nursing industry. A lot of people left the industry back then. So I'm sure that probably did that start some of the pivot in your, moving forward or, like I said, it's funny, we were just talking about this in another podcast, how my mother just loved going to the doctor. She wanted a pill for everything. The doctor said this, I need another pill, I need medication. And, just trying to encourage people to just have better habits. And your body will naturally adapt and you won't need all of the pills and the things or the doctors, hopefully. So, that was kind of my big push on wanting to have you on here is, from a nursing perspective, from somebody in the medical field, because I am non-medical, I know nothing. I avoid the doctors at all costs. And so I'm all about trying to take care of myself the natural way and stay healthy. So
yes, 100%.
Yeah. So back to you. What do you see? Do you have a background in aging adults and seniors, or what kind of nursing were you in before that you've seen all these people treating symptoms?
Well, during COVID, I actually chose to take a travel assignment in New Jersey. And so I was there close to it. The weirdest thing, driving downtown New York, and nobody's there. The airports are empty. And to see the world at that stage. And honestly, my opinion, I believe the earth got to take a breath. From the busyness and that's a whole nother subject.
Yeah, that's a whole
we won't get into that.
We won't get on that rabbit hole today.
Yes. So it was a reset in a lot of ways. And I just kind of start to get burned out after that with the nursing and seeing just all of the sickness and disease, the pain, the trauma we hold with us, all of that. And so the last few years since then, I've worked with the elderly population, and I love them. I think we can learn so much from them. And in nursing and healthcare, we do see them after they're sick. And people spend years dying. They may spend years laid up in a bed and never move from that bed. Could you imagine sitting in a room and all you see is those four walls around you?
At what point is this? Is this somebody that's 80, 60, how old is this person, and how long has this disease been coming on, and what lays them up in bed? Like, is it something that just happens overnight for them, or is it something that's been building and building and building, and now they're just immobile and declining?
Yeah, typically, it's not an overnight thing. The age varies for sure. I've seen a person on hospice at 28 years old who had drunk themselves into liver failure. Wow. And then, some 60s, 70s, 80s, where their mindset, their habits has just created such pain and trauma and difficulty with movement, with, doing motivation for anything, that they would rather just lie in that bed and let somebody take full care of them. And that's, bowel movements and brief changes and feeding and everything like that. So it is a gradual thing. And the time to do something is now. I don't care how old you are right now.
Right.
But the time to do something is now, to change those patterns, change those behaviors.
Everybody has a choice.
Yes.
I mean, at 28 years old, you had a choice leading up to that point. 50, 60, 70, 80, there's always a choice to change and try to improve, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you got a diagnosis today, or somebody said, hey, your health is declining, like, you can change this thing. Like, my mother had non-alcoholic fatty liver, and we've known about that since early 2010, whatever. I remember going with her to the doctor in 2015, and I was like, hey, so, like, if my mom changes her diet and exercises and, like, all the things, like, can she reverse this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. They actually said, okay, good.
They
good.
said yes.
Wonderful. All right.
And I was there with my mother, and I heard it too, and I was like, Mom, you can reverse
Yeah.
cirrhosis of the liver. You can make your liver healthy again.
Yes.
And so I really struggle with losing her that way, because we knew for over 10 years that there was a possibility for her to change her life.
Yeah.
And she did not want to listen to me. I hope with your parent porter that I can bring in other experts and talk about these things so that these adults, aging adults, I mean, my mom could have started at 50 years old, starting to take care of herself so she wouldn't have passed in her 60s. So what do you see, like, how long are things building up? Like I said, my mom, obviously, it was building prior to her getting a diagnosis.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, this is a lifetime of, I don't want to say abuse, but like making poor choices, maybe
unhealthy habits, poor choices. Yes, for sure. It will generally take many, many years, sometimes 20, 30 years to manifest. And so there are biomarkers you can determine through blood tests, through checking certain things in the body to check your metabolism. There's a great book by Dr. Casey Means called The Good Energy, which is incredible. She gives great tips on how to create habits and also what to look for. So we'll go to the doctor and they'll check a blood sugar, a fasting blood glucose, which is before you've eaten anything, they check your blood sugar. And sometimes they'll diagnose a prediabetes or diabetes based on that number. However, by that point, usually your metabolic system is so poor, is not working well, it hasn't been functioning for a long time, maybe years before that point. And so ways to catch it even earlier, and her book gives a lot of great suggestions for healthy habits, as well as I do through my coaching as well.
So for your coaching, say I have a client, aging adults. My ideal client is 55 to 75 years old, because I believe that those are really great years to, if you have been putting it off your whole life, like these are great years to like really focus on it and change your life for the better and hopefully live longer. Not just for your own sake, but for your family's sake. I wanted my mother here still, so like 55 to 75, let's like focus in and be proactive with your health. So is there a test, like that's the first thing you would suggest? Like say I go into a home and mom or adult or whoever it is, she's 60 years old. I know I could be doing better. I just really don't know where to begin. What suggestion would I make for her?
That I have 3 tips I was going to end on. I could give them now.
Go for it. Let's talk about it, because we might want to expand on something. 60-year-old healthy-ish lady. doesn't need, maybe she's on a couple little meds or something, but somebody who's independent, living at home, still active-ish,
Yes.
probably could, but there's always room for improvement for all of us.
Yeah.
So what would be one of the first things like I should recommend besides maybe finding a coach? But like, hey, this is what I've heard. This works. You should go do this first.
Yeah. Well, tips to change things today. You can change things starting today. I would recommend, remember HAM, H-A-M, hydrate, activate, and moderate.
Okay.
So hydrate, getting enough fluids. Our body needs a lot of fluids.
Okay.
And that does not include the sugary drinks and the sugary sodas.
Hydrate. So I'm going to expand on this one because
please.
I have a big problem with this. Not a big problem. I love water, especially since I moved to Arizona. I think I drink at least a minimum of 4 liters a day.
Right.
But, you know, when I was back visiting my family, you know, my mom, she would drink water, but she drank a ton of Diet Coke. My dad didn't like water. He would not drink water. He drank coffee and tea and soda. We call it pop.
Yes.
Pepsi.
Yeah,
we were
from Minnesota.
We were Pepsi drinkers. We had Pepsi and Mountain Dew in the house most of the time, like when I was growing up. And, you know, and I see it in my brother and my family, you know, don't like water.
Yes.
I drink soda here and there. Pop. We call it pop.
Yes.
Yeah. It feels weird to say soda.
Yeah.
You know, milk, pop, maybe some tea, but I just feel like there's better options, and not everybody wants to drink water either. You know?
Right.
So I get that, but like hydrate does not mean just putting liquid in your body.
Correct. There are a lot of fruits and vegetables that contain a lot of water, like watermelon and cucumbers, even oranges, citrus have great water supply. And then, I mean, even I get tired of drinking water, and I love water.
Okay.
So there are alternatives, I believe, some sugar-free alternatives like with electrolytes in it, things like that don't have all the sugars and the color dyes, you know, that can supplement just water, because some people don't like water, or I get tired of it as well. So hydrating through a multiple of ways,
Okay. So you can do the food and the water.
Yes.
Will you expand on, can you talk about some of the sweeteners?
Yeah.
I don't know if you know a lot about the different sweeteners. I know there was one when I drank some of the natural energy drinks with the green tea and stuff like that. Whatever sweetener was in it, sucralose, something, I was starting to get headaches from it. And, you know, then I started kind of looking into all these different sweeteners, and I was like, oh man, like these, not the artificial sweeteners or the ones that are supposed to be better for you. Like, is there like stevia? Like, what are the sweeteners that are allowed versus the ones you should truly avoid?
Well, first of all, just listen to your body. How are you feeling with it? If you're not feeling well, discontinue doing it. I prefer the more natural ones, say stevia or monk fruit or agave, I think. And I'm not an expert on this, but try to, if you can stick with the more natural ones, it's better. And you know, you could even create your own concoction. Say, squeeze some lemon in water and a little
like put fresh fruit in the water. I see a lot of people do that.
Something like that.
Like infuse the water
with the water.
with fresh fruit.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, we can move on from hydrate because I'm done preaching about pop and and non-water things.
So the second one was activate.
Activate, okay.
So get some movement into your life. Movement is so important. And walking is a great exercise. And especially as we age, it doesn't have to be a strenuous 2 to 3 hours at the gym. They've found that sometimes 10 minutes of workout or even high intensity workout several times throughout the day is more beneficial than an hour and a half at the gym. So get up and move. Movement, it moves the energy in your body, gets things moving. If you can get outside, even better. Stretching is great. And then some people do have difficulty maybe because of their knees, or they're in a wheelchair, they're wheelchair bound. But there's still a lot of things you can do. There are things called chair yoga. YouTube is an amazing reference. You can find anything for free on there.
Okay.
Or there are other workout apps that are free as well.
Right.
So even moving your foot up and down, it creates circulation in your lower legs, can help with blood clots.
Okay.
Grab a couple weights, move your arms up and down. There are lots of other things you can do. If you can get outside, if you can walk, get your heart going a little bit, it's even better for you. There are lots of options.
Okay, so how much activity?
I think it depends on the individual. It's based on you.
Is there a minimum?
Maybe a minimum of, I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, just daily.
Some is better than none. Okay. What feels good to you? I think we all have different routines and things like that. Maybe 30 to 60 minutes a day, I think, has been recommended. Okay. Some days that's easier than others. But
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the third one?
The third one is moderate. So we, especially here in America, we eat way too much. Our portions are humongous. Our servings, what we eat at once, is a lot. And then especially as we age, our body doesn't need as many calories. We're not burning as many calories normally. And so sometimes we don't always digest as well as we did when we were younger either. Our colon and all of that doesn't work. So you can start today by cutting portion sizes, cutting back. My husband and I, when we go out, we will order a meal and then split it.
Okay.
So we I don't want to say never, but we hardly ever eat a whole portion just to ourselves. And then I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
Moderate. Yes. So do not eat so much, and then slow down. I think being mindful is very important. Okay. So sometimes when we're young and we're busy and we're going and we're eating on the road, and I've done this, I've eaten in my car driving to the next place or whatever, but there's a little stress there. Our digestive system is not able to relax and absorb all the nutrients that we need to. Okay. And so if we can sit down at a meal, even give gratitude for a second beforehand, and then savor the bites, savor it, slow down, because it gives your body needs about 20 minutes to tell your brain, listen, I'm full, stop eating. And if you've wolfed down like 3 plates of food in 20 minutes, and then that feeling afterwards where your body's like, oh my gosh, why did you eat
I'm
all
definitely
that?
guilty. I
can't move. Yeah.
I definitely don't make 20 minutes a meal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't always either.
Right.
But it is.
But that's just like preparing your plate.
Yeah.
So you have the right portion to begin with.
Yes.
And you're not sitting there overeating and overeating and overeating. And then your brain catches up and you're miserable.
Yes. Yeah. That miserable feeling after. Or say you do go out, or you're on your own, or whatever, or you want leftovers or for later. If you order a full portion, before you even take a bite, ask for a box, put half of it in a box, and take it home. And that way it's not there on your plate. I've done this so many times, too, where it's there, it's so good, and I just keep eating and eating and eating, and then I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah. No, and I think I've worked in restaurants for many years, and everything is giant.
Yeah.
Everything is giant in the restaurants. I mean, you're looking at 10-ounce portions of meat or more, that's...
Yes.
A sitting should be 4 to 6 ounces, I believe, for like a woman. It's like the size of your palm or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great tip for people to, save it and, pre-portion and measure and do all of the things.
Yes.
One of the things when we talked the other day when we met, you were saying that people can prevent disease.
Yes, I believe that.
Can you expand more on that? Because this is something I truly believe. What you put in your body is, it affects you long term.
Yes. Yeah.
And all these little habits and meals and all these things add up over time. And 10 years down the road, eating like crap for 10 years is going to catch up to you.
Yes.
So, and I've seen other studies, and I'll have somebody else on one of my other podcasts that can, talk more specifically to specific diseases like dementia and Parkinson's and all the things. But can you explain a little bit more of how you think disease is caused?
Yes.
Is that I forget if that's what we were exactly talking about.
Yeah, I believe
that's
so.
what
yeah.
sparked my interest.
And I will reiterate, I think today is the best time to start making changes. So I believe most diseases, I don't know the numbers, maybe 80%, chronic disease and are caused by inflammation in the body. And so inflammation can be caused by the food that we eat, a lot of the unnatural, the processed foods, there we go, okay, can cause inflammation.
Processed foods meaning the things that come in boxes, the
yes,
things like,
yes.
How about, cookies and cereals and, I mean, what are the worst what are the worst processed foods?
Probably the sweets, where you add sugar and the processes and the chemicals, where there's literally not a natural product in there. And so the best thing is kind of when you shop around the outside of the grocery store is
right.
better. Usually in the aisles they have the boxes and all of that kind of thing. If it doesn't have an ingredient label like fresh fruit and whole foods normally,
right,
that's better for you. That's a good way to tell. If it has a bunch of names and words in there you can't pronounce.
I was going to say, do you tell people, read the labels? Because I know I've become a label reader, and I look for specific things just from what I've heard. I mean, I don't work with somebody one-on-one. I don't know exactly what's right and wrong, but I've been told if you can't pronounce it, that you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah. I think that's a good rule of thumb. Yes, because it's probably a chemical.
Right. What about the oils and things like that? Do you know a lot about the different oils?
Somewhat, a little.
But a lot of them cause inflammation, correct?
They can, yeah.
Okay.
As far as I know, olive oil is good. I use the olive oil, and there are a lot of differing opinions on that. So do your own research.
Okay. We'll talk to a nutritionist on an episode. But I know that there are certain oils that trigger inflammation in people. Versus, I know, again, I've heard the vegetable oil is like canola oil. Those are the things that are really bad for you. Whereas some of the other oils are. I think the other oils. It depends on who you talk to. But anyway, shop the outside of the grocery store, read your labels. What's another thing people can do?
For the foods. And then another thing that causes inflammation in the body is stress and anxiety. I believe our mindset, our beliefs, it dictates our behaviors. Well, we have a belief about everything, whether we realize that or not. And so I was thinking this morning, a lot of us know what to do. And do I think it's realistic to eat, salads and broccoli and water 24/7? No, of course it's not. However, a lot of us know better what to do and we don't. Why is that? Well, it's because of the belief that we have, I believe, about ourselves. And that's a whole nother issue.
Right.
Whole nother story. And so kind of looking into that, a lot of us, especially here in America, it's so busy and fast-paced and we have to do. Or we put responsibility on ourselves. A lot of people do depend on us. And that is true. So how can I find a way to, on a daily basis, maybe stop, get some quiet time, focus, center, breathe, and there are so many techniques to do that. We could get into those if you want. But when we live...
It's another episode, I promise. Because, part of your parent porter is, checking on people's overall wellness. And one of the books I've read is called Wealth Span, WHELTH Span, Wealth Span by Scott Fulton. He is the, I believe, president of Aging in Place. But he talks similar to what you're talking about, mindset, environment, being your home, diet, activity, and community. Those are his 5 pillars for longevity. So, I mean, all these things really overlap. So somebody's onto something when we're talking about what you eat and we're talking about how it affects your mind and just your overall well-being. And so your parent porter is helping provide proactive solutions for, so mindset is definitely something that I will bring up to people, especially if I hear, verbal cues from people and things that they say, like I can tell where their mindset's at and how I can probably help them in that aspect. But that's I'll find my mindset coach and my nutritionist and my things. Yeah. But
and there's so many out there.
I know.
Yes.
So you talked about food, you talked about mind, inflammation. We're talking about inflammation.
Yes.
So yes, tell me more.
Yes. So the stress and anxiety. And so one thing that's helped me is to realize I am the one in control of my life. And when I discovered that through personal growth, through learning and growing, I realized that, just briefly, that I had created like a box that I was living in based on my beliefs and my limiting beliefs even. Mine is that I was not enough. I didn't believe I was enough. And once I understood that I created that box and I could expand that box, I was in control of my behaviors, what I eat, whether I move, my time, and I can say no to people and I can speak up and I can create my future. I can age better. I don't have to take all this on myself and hold on to it. I can let it go. Just so many things. That was empowering for me. That was the key to changing my life. So creating lifestyle habits that help decrease that inflammation. Yeah, staying active, hydrating, creating mindful movement, ways to find peace and focus. That is so important. Mm-hmm. Learning to let go, so many things.
Right.
And finding what works for you.
Right.
We're all individual. We have our own things that work for us. Some people love eating at certain times of the day. Some people love eating certain things and, hate broccoli or hate liver. Well, that's okay. There's a million other things that you can eat and ways to relieve stress, anxiety.
Right. Was there something traumatic that happened in your life, or did you just have like an epiphany? Because I can tell you, I know exactly the moment that life changed for me. Yeah. Like I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of my own of myself and feeling the way I felt. And I finally became self-aware and just have been working. I mean, really, it's probably been 10 years that I've been doing the work on myself. And it's a daily practice.
Of course,
So I'm just curious if something happened to you.
Yeah.
It's going into these other families' homes. Like, is this going to be a point? Like, I wanted to get to families and aging adults before these traumatic events happen that force them to change their life. Like, I want them to want to change their life before this decline, before a diagnosis, before a traumatic event. So I think that's why I do what I do. I believe that's why you're getting into coaching, because we just want people to see that they have this choice to change their lives now, and they can start today, and hopefully not have to suffer through terrible consequences and diseases later.
Yes. I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
There was a point. So I literally came to a point maybe 15 years ago where I felt like I was going to have a nervous breakdown. And I believe it was from years of attempting to be the good girl, growing up, get those A's and please my parents. And I got married and trying to please my husband. And then we were in the church for many years and trying to please everybody and make everybody happy and be the perfect wife and the perfect mother then. I put all of this responsibility on my shoulders. And one day I told my husband, you're either going to have to commit me, we're going to have to change something. I cannot live this way any longer. And that started me on a path to discover my health, what that looked like, which included eating better and moving and finding these ways to cope with stress and find peace and zen in my life. And that was a turning point for us, for our marriage, for our family. I literally was felt like I was going to have a nervous breakdown and trying to be perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect, and everybody's ideal is different, and as long as I kept trying to reach for that, it was pointless, exhausting, you name it.
Well, and I think that thing I want to tell the people that are listening to this is it could happen at any age. I mean, yes, we're probably a little bit younger than my ideal client, and that's who's like trying to listen to this, but it's the kids, it's our age that care about their parents and want our parents around longer, that, you know, we become very passionate about our own lives and then really want them to have the same passion to live and to be healthy. And I just think it's super important for the parent to hear us, but also we have to understand that we can't change them. Right. And so then there's the whole let them theory and all the other things. We could go into that. Yeah. We're running out of time. Podcast. We're running out of time, but you know, what I want to finish with is that we're both just very passionate about taking care of ourselves, that we want our parents to want to take care of themselves too, and they can start today. It doesn't matter how long these things have been going on, they can make a change today and hopefully live a better life with what they have left. Before it's never too late. I believe it's never too late. But just want them to have happy, healthier, longer lives. And we want to enjoy them while they're still here. So we just have to wrap up because I'm out of time, and there's so many more stories we could tell. But will you tell everybody again your name, the name of your company, and how they can reach you?
My name is Cyndi Searles with the Wellness Experience, and that's with a 3 instead of an E at the beginning of experience.
We'll put it in the show notes.
To be different. That's another issue. So I am on all the things, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, with my name, Cyndi Searles, and that will be on your...
we'll put it in the show notes so they can find you. And thank you for chatting with me today. I'm glad we're new friends and we have lots of fun conversations ahead of us. Thank you for joining me again on Your Parent Porter. If you like the information, please share it with your friends. Please subscribe to the channels, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you. Thanks for listening to My Parents Lied to Me, where we face the realities of aging, family change, and midlife reinvention with a little grit and a lot of heart. If today's conversation helped you feel less alone, I would love for you to like it, share it with a friend, and hit follow so you don't miss the next story or tip that might help you navigate what's next. Because even if our parents didn't tell us everything, we're figuring it out one chapter at a time.